The box I want up there, look. 5 high. I think they do stack them 6 high, to be honest with you. I think Canucks stack them higher. But it's a long way to reach for an empty box, isn't it? You don't want to knock them. They're just like dominoes, these things, aren't they? He looks like he's at full stretch actually, doesn't he? He doesn't look as if he'll stretch any further. If you look at the length extension inside the other, no, I don't think he'd go much further. But anyway, let's see if you can fetch it out without knocking any of the others. Oh, generally the full ones only go about 3 high. But these are empties. Come on, mate. I know you can do it. I wonder how many weeks practice, how much practice, you know. And very much, if you can do a day, yeah, if you can do an hour, you can do a day. If you can do a day, you can do a week. If you can do a week, you've pretty much cracked it on most jobs, haven't you? Well, except maybe being a surgeon or something, you know. But operating machines of this sort of type, you just need to, if you can survive an hour, the first hour, and then you can survive the day, or you can survive to the tea break, and then you get from the tea break and you've done a whole day then, and then you know, do a few more days, you've done a week. Still a bit rough on the edges maybe, but then you do it. So there's nothing you can't do. You just need to be given the opportunity, and the keys to the machine, of course, isn't it? Oh, anyway, on a windy day it must be terrible because the sky moves, doesn't it? You're trying to pick up something and you're looking skywards. I don't know if they have cameras to help them. I don't know. I know they have lights. I have seen lights on them when they connect. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Yeah, he's got it. He'll bring it down now. Rusty old immersed container is ours. There we are. Once you've got it, bring it down as quick as you can, and then you'll be on your way. So that's for us, that is. So, although it looks quite rusty and knackered, and you know, can you trust it lifting this sort of weight? You look at the door and you think, oh, but it's quite so. It's in good nick on the inside. Sound on the inside. Look, it just must have. I reckon there must have been. Oh, that side's better. Look. So, what do you think? Do you think it's had quite a journey on the outside, on the seaside, and it's been covered in seawater? Maybe something like that. You just, you'd love to. How many times have one of these travelled around the world? I looked at it. It was a 2015. Yeah, look, manufactured in 2015. I wonder how many times this has been around the globe. It could tell us some stories. I wonder, I bet it's been into some storms as well, hasn't it? I'd say, yeah, I reckon all this rust has come from a long journey in the winter, in the storms maybe. So, I got something different. Something different. Completely different. The reason I noticed this truck, it's TK Maxx. It's one of the biggest trailers you can have on the road. It's probably a 16'3" now. We used to run them in Focus and they were 16'3" and were pain in the butt, just that extra 3 inches. Anyway, this is the 50-foot trailer, because do you see the axle? You've got a gap between the rear axle here. This is one of those 50-footers. Fine. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh my God, that's a huge thing. And I tell you what took my eye. And I tell you what, you start looking, it freaks you out. Look at this bridge coming here now, look. How close is it to that bridge? I didn't. Wow, wow, wow. How close is it to the top of these bridges? And this is a motorway bridge. Look at that. Absolutely. If there was, how much safety percentage of the whole height of it, how much percentage safety? So if there was a malfunction, you know, these are sitting on air and they're controlled by air, aren't they? The amount of air that goes in and out of them. If there was a malfunction and it put too much air and the airbag expanded and the trailer went up, or I'm not sure if you can control the trailers on this. I guess you can raise them and lower them. But if you could control them and you forgot and left it in the high position on this tall trailer, how easy would it be to hit the roof? Wow. Now it's a good space there, look. That's a good safe space. But this one here, keep an eye on this, look. Look how close it is to the top. Oh, it just took my eye. Wow, wow. And I was cringing. I was thinking, oh my God, I'd never noticed that before. And yeah, I worked for Focus for about 2 years. The last 2 years it was running, and we were running 16-foot 3 trailers there. So now it's on my radar. So now I'm watching it. So I'm having a look. And as you can see, this is a slow running, 4-lane running motorway. They've taken up the hard shoulder. They're using the hard shoulder, which is, you know, it's what they've done. I don't agree with it, but there we are. This is what this is. But anyway, the reason we're keeping and watching. So now it's took my attention. So now I'm watching it. So I'm looking at the next bridge and the next bridge and the next bridge. So we've got 4 lanes. We're allowed to run in here. Well, what I want you to have a look at, and I wasn't that close to him because obviously I don't run that close to them. If he's going now, I've let him go, but if you look at this, and the good thing about the camera on the truck, you can examine it. Look how close. You see the bridge is here and there's clearance, but look at this corner. You know, this bit comes down to create the pillar. This is a thick bit, isn't it? How close was that to that edge? They've put these damn, they've made these live lanes, which was, you know, designed as an emergency. It was the hard shoulder, and they've used the hard shoulder, but how close is that? How close was that? Oh, we got to be watching them. Yeah, mad. Absolutely madness. So if there was a malfunction in that in any way, and it rose it another inch or 2 or 3, would that strike? Wow. I told you I had something different to look at. So let's see the whole film first and let's have a discussion about it. What do you think? Obviously we don't know. We can only go by what we're seeing on our camera, and we've seen a shunt. It's coming off a motorway, M42, junction 10, Tamworth. This Audi has smacked up. Look. Now, the good thing is there was plenty of people running back to help. So this car has smacked that one. And fair play. you know, there was lots of people on their way to go and help. It had just happened. Just had happened. Should I have stayed? Should I have backed up a touch? Should I have stayed back to protect the damaged car? I guess I would have liked to have. But it's still a dangerous spot to be in. But ideally, I should have come here in an ideal situation because I've got a truck. So it doesn't get hit by anything else. People here, I didn't know what people or what was there or whatever. Ideally, in my mind, I would have liked to have parked sort of here with my hazards on, a big blocking space in case it got hit again, you know, and protect it. So, but I didn't. I just I came across it. Everything was okay. I didn't see nothing too much untoward. There was enough people about. Carried on. So what we're going to discuss, and that I know from my own experience, is what was the cause of that white car smacking into that one? Well, it could be that, and I know this from experience on my own. I've got a Passat, as you know, Passat Estate. If you're on cruise control, if you're on radar cruise control, and you've set your distance, and you're coming off here, the radar will follow the car in front and keep its distance. And if the car in front is going slightly slower than what you've set it, so let's say you've set it at, you've set the cruise control at 70, and the thing in front of you is doing 60, but you've decided to stay behind it because your junction is coming, but you've still kept it on cruise control, so the cruise control is continuing your speed. As you come into this lane, and let's say the vehicle in front had carried on, the cruise control actually accelerates up the slip roads. It's quite off-putting, and the only way I can explain that is there's, next time I go up there I'll make a film, but there's a turning 15, junction 15 going into Stoke. There's quite a tight curve, and if you've got it on cruise control, keeping your distance behind the thing, and the car in front of you carries on and doesn't take the slip road, so you take the slip road, the bloody car takes off and it tries to do 70 round the slip road. So was it that? Was she distracted? Generally there's always a queue up here. So what was going on with that one? And it's a fairly fresh Audi. You would have thought the electronics in the Audi would have not allowed that happen. The Passat and the Peugeot that we've got has that protection on it. Even when you're not in cruise control, it doesn't allow you to hit another car. So, would have that come in handy? And again, this guy here, would there been anything that he could have done to not get hit on a slip road that comes up onto a junction and there's generally a queue? Now, if he's been hit this far down, at that particular moment, I'm guessing that this guy, there must have been quite a queue coming here, because it can build up. There's a big long slip road. You know, I don't know, we weren't there, but for him to be hit there must have been quite a queue. Or was he slowing down ready to keep a space before the queue and this one didn't hit him? You know, should part of what he was doing was watching the back as well? Because the thing is, if you've got trouble up ahead, if you come into a junction or you're slowing down or whatever, the first place you look is behind you, especially with the trucks. I mean, if I get stopped on a motorway or whatever, if I see a stoppage coming, the first thing I'm on my mirrors, I'm trying to get something behind me. We're trying to protect ourselves by putting another vehicle behind me. So should he have gone maybe a bit slower and created a vehicle behind him, you know, waited for a vehicle behind him that would have protected him. I don't know, who knows? We don't know, do we? But as it happens, everything was okay. But as you can see, you're coming off what is potentially, a quick road. It's a motorway. So most people are doing 60, 70, a lot are doing more. So easy to do 80 or 90 mile an hour. If you've got your foot down, you're thinking of something else, it can soon grow on you. And it's a nice big long junction. So is that a help or a hindrance? But he's had a smack. Quite was the obviously an Audi driver. Was the Audi driver going too quick? Was the Audi driver not looking ahead? She was looking in front of herself, but maybe she wasn't looking on the junction, thinking, there's a long queue on the up ahead of me there. Why are they stopped? You see, look, that's quite a long way to be hit by, isn't it? So any thoughts on that had just happened? And I think it was just the last minute. It didn't stop enough, you know what I mean? Again here, looking at this, if she could have stopped 1 foot shorter, it would have saved all this. If she would have been that little bit more cautious. It's not a huge smack, but she just didn't stop in time, did she? So whatever she was doing, whatever was happening, it was only there, as I always go on about, it's only, now luckily it wasn't that bad, so she's only missed the stopping distance by about a foot. But if it was a lot worse, by 2 foot, well, obviously you're going to hit them a lot harder, aren't you? Just keeping your safe gap. So that'd be interesting to analyse, the whole of the situation. So yeah, it's just the paperwork and the inconvenience and the aggravation and the time and the getting those either repaired or written off. These days I reckon they're both write-offs, and it's insurance, and obviously they were both nice cars, so it involved a lot of money. So I'm not really sure if I've taken you to EMG before. I don't come here very often. East Midlands Airport. There's another container place up here, and it's called EMG. Let's jump forward to it. Let's carry on to these lights here. There we are. Yeah, and we'll jump forward again. Look, we'll go here and we'll go right at the roundabout. Yeah, and then we should be able to see it out the corner of our eye. Here we are, EMG is down here. Can you see all these containers? Look. You see it by East Midlands Airport. It's fairly new. It's not that many years old. I remember seeing this built. I don't even think it's 3 or 4 years old. Yeah, and this is another container place that we go in and out of and fetch containers out of. Again, everything comes in by train and we take it off the train. It's just another railhead destination, and here we are, look. The sky's looking a bit grim in it. I'm thinking, let's get in and let's get out before it rains. So here, there's no big cranes and whatever here. It's just all operated. It's fairly small, really, on the scale of things. It's all lifted. It's all heavy lifters that... it's only these machines that run around here. And here I am. I've just done my locks. And I'm just moving forward, look. So it's just these machines here. But so I'll come here now, he'll take the box off me, and then I'll go down the bottom. Here we are, look. These are all the boxes. I'm guessing up this end they're all loaded boxes. Ahead of us See how tall they are? They're all the empties down there. It's sort of in the wind, so I don't know whether they meant it to be in there so the wind don't blow the boxes about. I don't know. But this is one of these places that it's in a massive. See the ground up there. The ground it's underneath the level of the ground. But yeah, I don't know if I'd brought you to the EMG before. Better stop there, let him come through, because he's got to miss that lamppost and list me. Yeah, lovely. So you know when some people say they work in a hole, well, you could say that about this place. It's not a hole, but you could say it's a hole because you have to climb up the hill and out of it. So yeah, you could say, if you're having a bad day, you say, this place is a hole. Well, you wouldn't be far from the truth, because as you can see, it doesn't spoil the view with empty boxes, because it is literally in a hole, hidden away. You don't have to look at ugly empty containers on the horizon.